Hi, my name is Richard Rail. I'm here with Aficionado, and tonight we're going to do a review of the Rapid LED Corona fixture. The Corona fixture is the second of Rapid LED's high-end LED fixtures that they've put out. This one differs from the older Onyx fixture in that it's a lot thinner down here, it has a larger fan, and the LEDs are in two puck formations rather than spread out over the entire fixture. This gives a little bit more spread to the LEDs, and there's also more total LEDs on this compared to the original Onyx fixture. The Corona fixture has 38 LEDs that are controllable on 5 separate channels versus the older Onyx fixture, which had 28 LEDs that were controllable on 3 separate channels. The most interesting thing about the Corona fixture is the fact that this new model can be controlled with your cell phone. It's completely controlled via Wi-Fi over an app that you download, and you can set all of your settings, all of your fixtures through one simple app. I've had the Corona fixture over my tank for about a week and a half now. It was really easy to set up straight out of the box. It only took me about 10 minutes or so to install it, to download the app, and get everything set for it. The Corona fixture has more LEDs than the original Onyx fixture. They increased the amount of UV LEDs, and they also changed them to a different company. So there's now 4 UV LEDs per fixture. There's 2 reds, 2 greens, and there are 16 blues. And again, each channel is completely controlled separately. It also has 2 Moonlight LEDs that can either be controlled with phases of the moon via the app, or you can just dim it yourself all the way down to 1 or 2%. The coloration on the Corona fixture is much brighter than the original Onyx fixture. It gives corals a fantastic shimmer on them. I've definitely seen a lot of growth on my corals just in these past 2 weeks. And when I first put it on, some of my SPS were a little surprised by how bright the lights were, so I had to dim it down. Within the past week, though, I was able to bring it up to full temperature, and everything looks beautiful. The Corona LED fixture is controlled via the Fishbit app. When you set it up, you can decide what to name your light. And when you go into the app, the first thing you see is your light schedule, what you have it set for currently. You can also override it if you want to change something immediately. You can go in and edit your current schedule. And as you edit your current schedule, you do it per channel. The first one that it talks about is the Moonlight nighttime brightness. You can use it via phases of the moon, which I have it set for. You can also change the actual nighttime brightness all the way down to 1% if you like. I keep mine fairly dim at 5%. And you can switch back. Now you can change your blue channel. You can see here where the segment starts at 11 o'clock. It continues through my brightest time and then starts dimming down for an 11 p.m. The next channel that you would control is your whites. And again, you see that I have it set to start at 11 o'clock. Go all the way through 2:05 p.m., which is my brightest time, and then start dipping down again. Mine shut off, they start getting dim at 9:30 at 35%, and then all the way off at 10 o'clock at night. The next channel would be your violets or your UVs. I keep my UVs fairly close to the blue schedule. Again, starting at 11 o'clock, brightest at 2:05, and then dimming down at 10 o'clock. You can see there from the channel marker where the different colors are. Next, you've got your red channel, and as you see, as you scroll through here, each one is shown on the graph. And with this one here, I only bring it up to 70% during the top of the day, and then I bring it down to 35 fairly quickly in the evening. And last but not least, you can change your greens. Again, this one I use a little on the lower side, starting at 11 o'clock, and I only bring it up to 70% during the highest part of the day, and then bring it down to 0 by 10 p.m. And once you hit next on that, it sets the channels. And if you want to override it, if you're sitting there and you just want to take some photos or you want to get a different look on your tank, you can click Manual Override. It gives you an option of how long you want your manual override to run, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or your own specified time. And you can change this to however you like. For instance, if I wanted to run it for 2 hours. And then here's all of the channels in one shot. You can change all of these channels at this point. If you wanted to do nothing but violets, you could bring everything down, bring your violets up, and set like that for the rest of the day, or for the rest of the time. And as you can see here, that you've got the timer for 2 hours for your manual override. And then if you decide that you want to change it or do something else, you can cancel that override right away, and it goes right back to the original settings. Okay, I'd like to show you how easy it is to install the Corona fixture on most tanks. The Corona fixture does come with pre-installed hanging hardware, and for my tank, I have it installed on a hook here. And it's literally as fast as plugging it in and waiting for the Wi-Fi to catch. The Wi-Fi is on, and I can already control it from my phone. Alright, and just to give you an idea of how much light this is actually putting out, I'm going to go ahead and give you a measurement of PAR from a couple different areas in my tank. Right underneath the surface, about 1 inch below the surface of the water, I'm getting a PAR reading of about 1100. If I go down to where my Duncans are, it's about 5 inches under. I have a reading of roughly 700. If I bring it down a little farther to where a few of my acros are, straight underneath the light, I've got a reading of between 580 and 610. And a little bit farther down, I'm now about 14 inches underneath the water, and I'm at where my hammers and most of my bird's nest corals are. I'm getting a reading of about 390 to 410. And if I bring it all the way down to the sand bed, I'm still getting a reading of between 300 and 320 PAR. Just as a reminder, when we tested my PAR, we did so at 100% across all 5 channels. You can change your settings however you'd like your corals and your color settings to be. I do think that the Corona fixture is an excellent addition for the Rapid LED line. It's definitely more powerful than the Onyx fixture that it's replacing. I love the shimmer of LEDs. It's really reminiscent of old-style metal halides without the heat being pumped into the tank. I'm definitely going to get a couple more of this particular kind of fixture for the rest of my aquariums, and I'd also recommend anybody who's looking into buying new LEDs to take a look at these and see if it would fit their budget and their aquarium. Once again, my name is Richard Rail, and this was my review for the Rapid LED Corona fixture with Aficionado. Thank you very much for looking, and I hope you have a great time. Just as a reminder, when we tested my PAR, we did so at 100% across all the 5 channels. You can change your... I'm just going to keep rolling and do it over again. Just as a reminder,